Yo, yo, yo. Once again, we're back. This is We're Just a Messengers podcast. I'm Moe.
I'm Mike.
Once again, we in the building, man. It's Do Work Media Sundays. I got my dog Drew in the building.
What's up?
How y'all fellas doing?
Feeling good. Weather is back to normal now.
We got our rain,
Yes, sir. Temperature is about 85 degrees.
and I'm loving it.
Yes, sir. No more this
We got
101, 102, 105 shit.
We got that after rain breeze.
Yes,
hitting.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Got an overcast going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Still got the fat boy rack in the car, though. But yes, sir.
My dog got the fresh Caesar going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Need a security getting out the chair. Need a security. It's getting ridiculous. It's ridiculous what's going on out here. I know you see it. I see it too. It's
My
ridiculous.
dog might as well adopt a Caesar, man.
Yeah, man. I'm just gonna be a permanent Caesar getter. I can't do the hair shit no more, man. I'm sorry, pops. I'm sorry. Every time I get my hair to a length, like
You was gonna start the dreads journey, man. I remember you was gonna tell me that.
but it's
You ain't wanna go through the rough stage.
it's not even a rough stage, you know. I guess like the heat really got to me this year. I'm like, man, it's too hot for a hair, man. Like, and my hair thick, so it's like,
Yeah.
you know, you go outside and like Vine moisturize my hair. It's like a Brillo pad on my head. It's hot. It's hot, man. Like it's really hot. Like seriously, it's hot, bro.
Shit. Oh man. So we gonna get into first, man. We had some music finally dropped. Seemed like we ain't had a music drop in a minute. So your goat dropped the album this week, man. How you feel about that?
Who's my goat, bro?
Future, man.
Yeah, man. Free bands.
You are a part of Future Hive, right?
I'm part of Free Bands. I'm an original Black Meagle Gang member, man. Shout out to Future, man. I like this album. What was it that stood out to me? St. Lucia stood out to me. And
Fire.
And what was the one we both? It was an Extra.
Oh, extra. That shit
Yeah,
fire.
those are the two. Those are the ones right there.
You saw niggas try to get in a slander bag with the whole what record was that? A Shotgun. They said he sampled Promise.
Yeah, he did. That's what it sounded like to me.
I didn't really hear that until I went back and listened to it again. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like once I started seeing those tweets. Like, oh, this.
But you know, they try to say that was like an underlying message and all of that.
What's the message?
He miss her.
I don't know.
Niggas sample records every day, B.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, man. Overall, I give Save Me the album. I give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, 8. I give it about an 8 too.
I give it an 8 out of 10.
I definitely give it.
Everybody was expecting pop bottles, pour champagne on women for the whole summer Future, but we got a different Future.
There was some people who wasn't listening to the lyrics neither because they was like, oh, you thought you was gonna get a what that tweet had said? That shit that was basically talking about you.
We thought we was gonna get misogynistic Future and all the other shit.
Yeah, but we did though.
Yeah, we did. It's just that they wasn't feeling the beat selection part. They thought it was gonna get like turn up music, but it was still he stayed true to his content, but he just
Cheated on her. She still fed me grapes.
Yeah,
I felt that.
I felt it. You gotta be of that cloth to understand.
No, but for real though, I felt like that was a good album. I like the Wizard, man. He might as well give us a third one towards the end of the year, like around November, December. That'd be a trifecta.
I think so. I think he's probably gonna wait because what Wizard came out with January, and now we this the 6th month of the year. So yeah, I can see you doing a 3-peat for the year.
Mm-hmm.
Give us different vibes.
It'd be like 2015. Didn't he give us 3 projects 2015? Or was Evil 2016?
I think that was because he did what a Time to Be Alive came out 2015.
He did DS2. He did Monster.
Beast Mode. Yeah, that was 2015. All that was 2015. God damn. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, because DS2 came out in July.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Beast Mode was what?
That February.
And then we got Evil was 2015. Or was that 16? I want to say that was 2016, bruh.
I want to say that too, but I might be wrong. I know Purple Rain came out 2015 too, 2016.
Yeah, because you got to remember now, we got March Madness that same summer too. 2016. So that had to be early. I feel like we got something else that year too, man. But yeah, man. Shout out to Future, man. He gave me some good music so far this year. I can't complain. Beast Mode 2 was ass though. I would die on that hill. He kind of ended the year bad with that one. Well, last year with that one. You still playing that album?
I still play At the Light. And what's the other song? The version of me, whatever that song called. I can't remember, but I'm like the only two songs I play off that album.
So Jim Jones had a great album, man. I think Jim Jones probably gonna have. He might be a contender for album of the year, man.
Oh, this album like that.
Try to tell you, this might be his best album.
I mean, I didn't listen to it yet.
Yeah,
so.
El Capo was a real good album. The features wasn't too oversaturated. The beats was like perfect, and he stayed in like his pocket. Like it wasn't like it was like a mature type shit, but he still was rapping that same like shit.
From what I've been seeing about the album, everybody's saying that this shit is dope. The standout track that's why everybody talking about was Sports Cars with Currency. Me personally, I want to hear this Rick Ross State of the Union track.
That was fire. NYC was fire. Love of the Hustle. Nothing Lasts with Fab. Mm-hmm. My Era with Mano. Mama I Made It with Cameron. Sports Cars with Currency was dope. To Whom It May Concern. That whole shit ride, man.
Right.
Like the production was A1 on that shit. I really felt like he really put like the time and effort into this shit. Like he really sat down and he went into the studio like, dog, like I'm gonna really piece this shit together. It's like a theme. It was a theme throughout the whole album.
Right.
Like he touched on a lot of shit. That track, what was that shit? The Good Die Young. Mm-hmm. So he basically got like a skit. I think at the beginning or the end, basically like all the rappers who done got killed. That shit was fire. Dope. Yeah, that sound dope. Like, but it was like the news. It was like the news reporting and shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that shit was fire. So shout out to Jim Jones for that one, man. I'm fucking with that shit heavy. Who else we got? We got your boy T Grizzley. I ain't heard that shit yet.
T Grizzley dropped his Scriptures album. I guess that's an album. I dig it. This is nothing but street music. You know what you get.
He said some shit about Eminem on that album.
Yeah, he said niggas is comparing me to Eminem or something about Eminem running D. I'll kill you, him, and him. Like some shit like that.
You think he out rap him?
No, I don't think he was saying that from a out rap these niggas is like this is a new time in Detroit. Like niggas not bound down to Eminem like that. That's how I took it.
I can understand that. His time has came and went.
Like, his time came and went. Like what is he even doing for Detroit?
Who is the top nigga in Detroit now?
It's really not no top nigga. It's just like you got
a collective effort.
It's a collective effort from the outside looking in. That's how I look at it. I listen to a variety of Detroit artists and. You know, from that alone, like I said, I rock with a lot of them equally. Like they all do they respective things. I mean, if niggas want to say it's Big Sean that put on for Detroit, I would give him that by default because he's the bigger artist.
I fuck with Big Sean, bro.
I don't have a problem with Big Sean, but I'm saying like if niggas wanted to say that about Big Sean, I wouldn't argue just based off him being the bigger artist out of everyone. But Detroit has probably the biggest. They probably have the biggest underground movement out of all states right now. You got Sada Baby, he going crazy. You got Babyface Ray. You still got Payroll Giovanni, the whole Doughboys Cash Out. You got Team Eastside. You got Peasy. You got it's a whole lot of niggas, man. Like it's a whole lot of niggas, man, coming out of Detroit. Doing their thing.
I wonder if Big Sean will give me an album this year. He been kind of quiet lately. He ain't really gave me nothing since
I Decided. Was that I Decided?
Mm-hmm. And that was 2017. Classic. There's somebody else out Detroit that I really like. What's dude's name? Marcus had put me on him. I can't even remember dog name, but I remember I had listened to the shit. It was a pretty good album. I can't remember that nigga name for shit, When I see his face, I can remember though.
Right.
So what you rate T Grizzly's album? I gotta listen to that shit.
I mean, you know what you're getting from T Grizzly. I give it a 6 out of 10. It's not trash, but it's not like
Nothing monumental.
Yeah, it's not monumental. But it's not. That's not a knock at T Grizzly giving it a 6 though. It's just it is what it is.
So how you feel about DJ Khaled, man? Hating on not getting the number one album of the year.
DJ Khaled turned into the day.
I was surprised, man.
They don't want to see you win.
He did turn into the day he was talking about.
You see a nigga winning, now you're they.
Damn.
They didn't want to see Tyler get number one.
Do you feel like time always exposes how somebody really feels? Might have felt like Khaled might have always been the day, man.
I mean,
or he just in his feelings about this album.
I mean, what was Khaled expecting? He was expecting the people to like throw roses at his feet over this album.
My nigga, you don't make no albums that you gonna get critically acclaimed for. You get a whole bunch of niggas on your album and they rap over your beats. That's it.
But they're not even your beats. You don't produce those beats.
He don't produce all them shit?
I mean, do he put like artistic like
input
on those beats?
I think he do be producing all the beats, bro.
Did he bag on those like?
I think he do.
I mean, if that's new to me, I'm not knocking him.
Because I feel like if Khaled was the type of, if he was a guy who was just getting a whole bunch of other producers on his album, like I feel like that's kind of weak.
I mean, I don't
because he ain't no rapper.
Right.
He a producer. You know what I'm saying? But if you getting multiple people like to make beats on your album and you headline it as your album, like that shit whack.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying.
Like, nah. So I think he does make. I can check the credits, but I think Khaled do be making all them beats. Right. I mean, the album was pretty good. I definitely like the track with Nipsey, but like Khaled should be throwaway shit. Like
it don't be records.
It don't stick.
It don't be records that they get in the when he get these artists. I don't think these be like records that these artists are actually in the same studio session together. I feel like these are records that like. Niggas doing they verses and they sending like the open verses to the other artists and then they send it to Khaled and Khaled put his, you get what I'm trying to say?
No, I get what
I don't
you're
think
saying.
these are like organic records that are like cooked up. Like me and you rap, so we go to the studio together and do these songs. We can make up the concept for the song together. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it flow better. It flow differently when it's like that, as opposed to, hey, I got this open verse. Let me send you the song, and you just figure it out from there. Like it's different.
I just like with Khaled, it's like he and his. I feel like he looking for more recognition than he don't really deserve when it comes to like Khaled and number one album don't mix. Like,
has he ever had a number one?
I can't say like, but I know when I'm expecting. To me, he be giving me a mixtape on a album level. Like, he gonna get a whole bunch of different artists on the track with a whole bunch of different songs, and, it just come and go. Like, he done had some dope songs, though, like, I'm So Hood, Welcome to My Hood, Go Hard, like, shit like that. Like, you done made me, like, get accustomed to what type of shit that you gonna give me. So, like, I don't expect Khaled to have a number one album. Like, he ain't gonna have no critically acclaimed album because he's not that type of artist. He's just the producer who's gonna get a whole bunch of other rappers on the album. That's it.
I don't think
I don't know why he got in his feelings about Tyler having a number one album.
I don't think like you said, like number one album. I don't even think that should be his aim. Like he should just go for the big singles. You know what I'm saying? Like that's his, to me at least. Like you said, like those singles are like classic singles. You know what I'm saying? Like the I'm On ones, the like the Go Hard, the I'll go recent like the Wild Thoughts. That wasn't like a single like a favorite of mine, but that did good for him. So I feel like that should be like his aim, like as far as like where he measured himself at.
Where would you put Khaled as producers all time? Where would you rank him?
He's definitely not in my top 10 or 20.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like Khaled is like a wild card type shit.
I don't really, because that's the thing. Like, I don't know like what to classify him as. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like with Kanye, I know Kanye like get busy. Like if I say, hey Kanye, chop something up for me right now, like, you know what I'm saying? Kanye gonna cook up. I've never seen, it's not discrediting DJ Khaled. I've never seen Khaled like chop no sample down and give me a beat. Like You know what I'm saying? Like I've never seen that from him. Like, so
I don't ever expect Khaled to get recognized on that level. Like, I mean, you just do what you do. I don't know what he was looking for. He said he make albums that niggas talk about in the barbershop. I've never heard a nigga talk about DJ Khaled album in the barbershop,
I've never heard niggas talk about DJ Khaled in the barbershop.
Never.
So
oh, y'all heard that new Khaled? Nah.
It must be two barbershop coaches that he's talking about.
Gotta be.
And,
he must be talking about sports clips.
Yeah, gotta be sports clips. Or, shout out to my Dominican brothers. He might be talking about like the Dominican shops or something, but where they putting fire on niggas' hair and shit. But I've never been in a DJ Khaled producer conversation or DJ Khaled convo. Period.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, at what point, like, are we? Nah, you just there. You know what I'm saying? There's no disrespect to him, but he just. I feel like he kind of got like a cheat code. Like, what other producer really put an album together with just other niggas on it and he don't do nothing but shout out the artist on the track? Nobody's ever done that except Khaled, but he's made a career off of that. Like, is there any value to that?
Niggas would say Puff Daddy, but Puff Daddy was way more like hands on with the.
No, he was way more hands on, and he'll give you a verse.
But that's the thing. Like, niggas would discredit Puff Daddy because it would be like he's not a producer because. Like back in the day, he had like track masters doing a lot of those songs, but it's like without Diddy's vision, those songs wouldn't be what they are.
Shit, Puff Daddy and the Family won Grammy.
That's what I'm saying, but
he rapped on a lot of that shit.
He did rap on a lot of that, but it's like what they would be like, he didn't like physically make those beats, but I'm like, dog, like he still put that vision in their head, like, I want this exact sound. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like that's still production. You're still producing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, yeah, you're right. When I think of a producer, like I think of Timbaland, I think of Pharrell, I think of 40, I think of DJ Premier, I think of Just Blaze. Like, those are the niggas. But those guys ain't never did like what Khaled be doing with an album. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for him to make a career off of that, I thought that was kind of like. I thought it was kind of weird. I ain't saying nothing wrong with it, but he really got successful off of doing that shit. Because, like, Clue kind of used to do that on the mixtape level. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But Clue ain't never got to the success level as far as, like, on the mainstream level like Khaled did it. I kind of felt like he but, like, he just, because there's a whole bunch of people doing it, but I felt like Clue could have did what Khaled did on that level. I think maybe because he touched people from different regions, like Clue was just more New York based.
Yeah, Khaled built a lot of relationships within the industry.
Because he was able to get Boosie, Ace Hood,
yeah,
and fucking like Papoose and all that type of shit on one record.
That mean a lot because, like you said, like
I will give him that though. For him to get artists from different regions on a track, that's
Clue
amazing.
Clue was more East Side, like New York.
Yeah, New York
like
based.
Khaled was all regions, and that hold more weight in that aspect. You know what I'm saying?
I do feel like that's needed though.
Yeah, that is.
I say that, but I do feel like it was kind of. I didn't see him getting the success this long term as he did doing that type of style of getting all those artists on one track, like from different regions and different areas. Like that was crazy to me, but I feel like that is needed. Khaled is needed, but I can never attach number one album and DJ Khaled together. Like I know what I'm getting from you. It's nothing. He's never gotten any better with what he's done. It's just remain consistent.
Like,
it's the same.
Like how do you? But that's the thing. Like how do?
What is he? That's what I'm saying. Like what exactly is he expecting?
What's the next level to that? You know
there is no next level to that shit.
So it's like you can't really. And I haven't listened to the Igor album, but from what the reviews I've been getting from it, like a lot of people have been saying, like Tyler went to a different bag with this album. Like he went different with the album. Like he did a different sound. Like he talked about different things. So it's like. Just based off the artistry alone, if we just going off that, like who should be number one, just me not even listening to that album and already know what I'm getting from Khaled, and I would put the Tyler album over that just based off the artistry alone that went into the album. I already know what I'm getting from Khaled. That's nothing, it's nothing.
That's why I don't be anticipating none of his albums. Nothing has changed since 07.
Yeah.
And you talking about 2019? That's 12 years. Like, you have never grown on any. We know what you gonna get. You gonna get a whole bunch of niggas on the track, and then we just gonna pick whatever we like the most. That's it. Khaled was real salty about that shit, but I hope that shit don't start affecting him going forward. I don't know if he was trolling or tripping. It seemed like he was serious. But nigga, nobody has ever talked about your album in the barbershop in life.
I've never been in the streets and niggas ask me, hey, you heard a new Khaled? No. Nah. Never happened.
And if anything, niggas say, hey, well, you heard that track with Ross on such and such album?
Yeah,
that's what niggas say. Niggas say the artist first.
Yeah, they don't even refer to it as a
That's
Khaled.
What I'm saying.
Yeah, like,
niggas don't refer to that shit as a Khaled record. Like, when I think of I'm So Hood, I think about Luda and Jeezy and T.I. killing that shit. Like, I don't think about Khaled when it comes to shit. Like, Go Hard, I think that's a Kanye song till this day.
Right.
But that's Khaled's song. But I think about Kanye, T-Pain killing that shit. I don't think about DJ Khaled on that shit, man. So, yeah, Khaled, man, don't hate on Tyler because he got the #1 album out here. You heard Tyga new shit?
Nah, I haven't heard Tyga's new shit, but I mean, I heard a few of his new songs on the radio or whatever, but
bro, I must be missing something because that Tyga shit ain't clicking with me. Like, I'm like Soulja Boy, like Tyga, like for real. Like, when he said that shit, I felt him because I'm like, dog, like I don't feel like Tyga had any smashing records like that, dog. Like, niggas say he had the song of the summer last year. I don't think he had the song of the summer last year.
In his defense, the Tay song was big for him last year. It did do a lot for him last year.
Was that with the song with him and Nicki?
That's the song him and Offset.
Oh.
The song that Joe Budden was singing.
Oh, that song.
Nah,
bro. I don't feel like that was a song. You really feel like that was a song of the summer last year?
I mean, that song did get a lot of spin last summer, dog. What song of the summer last year?
Shit, In My Feelings?
I mean, I wouldn't argue that even. Drake probably had 2 songs in the summer last year.
What was the other one?
Nice for What?
Nice for What? Yeah. And you got to think, In My Feelings did. Now, that shit had went viral, too.
Yeah, off the dance shit alone.
Shit alone.
Hey, you see... Sidebar, man. Did you see...
Drew, come in here and have this conversation, man.
Did you see...
He don't love giving that nigga his credit, bruh.
I seen the nigga Shiggy was on his Instagram. He was like, yo, I've been lost lately.
Is he trolling or is he being serious? I asked him in the comments, so I'm like, yo, you good, bro? Like,
I'm trying to find myself. I'm feeling lost.
Because just the day before, he dropped the video with him and his girl playing basketball and shit, and he was dragging that ass. So I don't know.
I know, man.
I don't want Shiggy to hit no wall, man. I feel like Shiggy should be bigger than what he is, too.
Based off what?
Like, he was like kind of like the one to like really do like the when da like happens and like
right.
You see what I'm saying? And like doing the voice within yourself and shit.
Do you feel like he kind of got away from that?
Yeah, because his breakthrough was In My Feelings challenge. That was his breakthrough.
Did he kind of got turned into the dancing nigga, man?
He got tired of that shit, and I got tired of that shit.
But the other thing, like I remember speaking on this like when this was going on. And nigga who's calling me a hater, and I'm like, bro, I'm not hating on Shiggy at all.
I don't want Shiggy to become like a puppet for dancing, bro. I don't want to
be a puppet, like, you know, Jigaboo type nigga.
Like every time somebody, like he be at the court, he'll be at the game courtside and be like, oh, dance.
Dance, like
remember when Dave East was recording, he was like, dance,
he like
dance. He got mad. I was like, bro, chill, yeah.
Dance. I was like, yo, like, come on now.
Nah, dog. Like, I feel like Shiggy, I don't know if he's playing or not. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. But if he is going through some depression shit, like, I want him to break that shit. I want to see him win more than any, like, IG. He ain't really an IG comedian. He kind of just, like, he's just a funny nigga, man.
I think the top niggas right now is Desi Banks and HaHa, man.
I'm not really a fan of HaHa, bro.
I fuck with HaHa.
Desi is funny as fuck.
Desi funny as a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, I fuck with Desi Banks. I don't find HaHa funny like that.
The shit that he be talking about, like when, like, you know, when hood niggas do this, that be accurate. Like it don't be like Twitter.
Forced. It don't be forced.
It don't be Twitter hood nigga jokes. Like it be like real hood nigga jokes. Like I get it, like because I've seen that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I fuck with Desi Banks. That nigga's hilarious.
You be using the hashtag Comic View 2019 on Twitter on jokes?
I don't think I used it
I
for
be seeing
2019.
Jesse and Kurt use that shit a lot.
I know last year I used it a lot because niggas was trying to be funny too hard. Like, oh, I could have used it the other day. This girl was like, what'd she say about Future? She was like, hold on, man, let me find this tweet because this shit was funny to me. I was like, oh, this girl wants some attention like so bad. She said something about Future being a junkie or some shit like that. I was like, oh, look at me. That's what we do now. Look at me. But yeah, Desi was funny. Who else funny to you, Mike?
Rennie.
Rennie been laying low to me, man. I don't know what.
I don't know what he got going. I think he's
Rennie,
trying to get more into like TV.
the
You know, he got
acting,
a couple of commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
he might. He saw a commercial and all.
He might be trying to tap into that.
I ain't mad at him for that.
I used to think King Keyron was funny, but that nigga had blocked me and shit. So I ain't seen that nigga videos in about 3 years.
Hold on, the King Karan nigga?
Yeah.
He blocked you?
Yeah.
For what?
I don't know. I can't remember. I think I had asked him about some yeah, it said something. I can't remember. It was Madden. It was like he had went live on his Madden. I said that nigga was whack. And nigga blocked me.
Wow.
Cause you know niggas be going live with they Twitch and shit.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm watching that shit. Nigga be getting his ass cut. Told nigga he was trash in the comments. Nigga blocked me.
Oh yeah, this is the tweet. Future make music for niggas who quote unquote babysit their own kids. And I quoted, I was like, look at me, like, you know what I'm saying?
That was a whack joke.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like niggas be saying some corny shit.
She put babysitting quotations in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was whack. Get that shit out of here. But ain't too many IG comedians I fuck. No, I'm a hard critic when it come to comedy, bruh.
You are. You are.
Yeah, I have. A lot of shit just don't move me, bruh.
Hey, you know what? You know what really bothered me? This girl was like her Mount Rushmore of comedians was like Dave, Red Fox, I think she had Jamie Foxx and someone else, and I was like, I agree with this list.
Hold on. Say that last name again.
I think she had Jamie Foxx on there. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure, but I agreed with the list. It was a solid list. I'm not sure if it was Jamie Foxx, but there was some solid names up there.
Say it one more time.
It was, man, you gonna make me find this damn shit now. But it was a solid list. So when I was asking her, I was like, yeah, I agree with this list, but I wish it was some way I could put I said I wish it was a way I could put Patrice O'Neal on this on this Mount Rushmore without moving the names you already had. Because in my opinion, I thought that was a perfect list. She was like, is Patrice Neal the Parsley of comedy? Because niggas always throw his name up there. And I was like,
no.
Nigga, you finna get fucking blocked, my nigga. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like,
nah, we not doing that.
We not doing none of that.
We not doing that.
We not doing. She had Richard Pryor. That's what it was. It was Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Dave Chappelle, and I think Bernie Mac. And I was like, that's a perfect.
I can't be mad at that.
I would rock with that.
Yeah, I would rock
Mount
with that.
Rushmore, but I was like, I wish I could.
I wouldn't have Red Fox and Richard on my shit though.
I said I wish, but I'm not gonna knock if you put them up there.
No.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
legends.
They legends. You know what I'm saying? We not gonna have a lot of shit without them.
That's the hardest art form on this planet, bro.
Exactly.
Is being a comedian. So like, I respect it, but a lot of these motherfuckers ain't funny, bro. Like,
I don't think a lot of niggas is cut for that, man. Like they just not for it, and it's not a knock on them. It's just like, you know, maybe you should just find a different lane.
Bro, you think Dave funny, bro? Like, I know we had this conversation.
Mike,
you
nah, we're not doing this today, Mike. Nah.
Dave funny, bro. Like, nah, fam. Like, nah, bro. Like, his show never really moved me like that neither, bro. Like, it has some. I'm not a fan of that dressing up, being animated type shit, bro. Like,
bro, a lot of comedians do that, bro. Like, a lot of that's
like Eddie Murphy is a legend, but I'm not a fan of that. I wasn't a fan of the Nutty Professor series, bro. Like that whole shit, like nah.
It had its moments for me, but I'm not gonna say that's like the best comedy ever.
Bro, my Mount Rushmore would be Bernie Mac, Patrice O'Neal, Cat Williams. And probably Aries Spears.
How the fuck you put Aries Spears on a Mount Rushmore of comedy?
That nigga is funny as fuck, bruh.
He's not funnier than Dave Chappelle at all.
Yes, he is, fam. That nigga his stand-ups be funnier than Dave's. Dave's last 2 stand-ups put me to sleep, bruh. Like, when you think, niggas don't talk about Dave's stand-ups. They talk about his shows. He really ain't got no funny stand-ups, bruh.
His stand-ups, so he do got classic stand-ups. That Live at the Rushmore is a classic. When you talk about the baby selling crack, that's a classic stand-up. Killing Them Softly, classic. Those are 2. A lot of people don't got one classic stand-up. What's a classic Aries Spears stand-up I need to watch? I only know the nigga from Mad TV. So what has Aries Spears done to push comedy?
Bruh, like,
so that would you put him over Dave Chappelle?
Nah, he don't got
the floor is yours.
No, he don't got that work. He don't got the work like Dave Chappelle, but I just think the nigga is funnier than him. That's why I'm putting him on my Mount Rushmore. Like, I would listen to those 4 like before I would listen to Dave Chappelle easily.
Oh, so like a personal Mount Rushmore.
Dog, what are we basing the Mount Rushmore off? Is your personal list?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't argue that, Mike. That's your personal.
He's had a better career than Aries Spears all day. I'll take him off and put D-Ray on there. If honestly, them 2 tied to me.
D-Ray is way funnier than Aries Spears.
Okay, then I'll put D-Ray over Aries Spears in. So I'll rock with D-Ray, Paul. Not Paul. Patrice O'Neal, Bernie Mac, and who else I said? Cat Williams. That's my 4.
Niggas don't bring up Cat Williams like how they should though.
I think Cat get his just due. You feel like he don't? No,
he definitely in recent times, yeah, he has been getting his just due. So yeah, you right.
Yeah, but a lot of these you think Just Hilarious is funny?
I think Just Hilarious is fine as hell.
Do you think she's funny?
She's funny for what she does.
And what is that she does?
See her Instagram shit. She was funny on the rail show, L'Oreal. I like her little news shit be funny sometimes.
It's a lot of them funny niggas who ain't like the top tier. Like what's the nigga that became big all Vine? The light skinned nigga.
Who?
What's that nigga name, man? He got the Sprite commercial now too. You know who I'm talking about, man.
Vine?
He got big off Vine. He big on Instagram now too, but he made his come up off Vine. The light skinned dude, man. What's that nigga name, man? Damn, he got the Sprite commercial and them boys when they drink the Sprite and then the little shit be playing 1-on-1. What's that nigga name, man? Let me see. You gonna make me find this shit.
Hey, who's funnier, Chris Rock or Eddie Murphy?
Eddie.
Ty.
You said Ty, Mike?
Yeah.
I'm going with Eddie. You talking about stand-ups or like overall body of work? I see. Now I gotta think. Eddie ain't give me Head of State.
This nigga, man.
But Chris ain't give me Delirious stand-up. Oh, that nigga is funny. That nigga is kind of funny.
I don't think that nigga funny, man.
He is low-key funny. He got his moments. So that's what it is. I think that's what it is. We gotta really just go off the tiers of comedy. Like it is levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying? You got niggas who just funny in certain aspects. Like remember how I say Kevin Hart, his bread and butter to me is like roasting. You know what I'm saying? Like if I say, hey, I'm gonna put Kevin Hart on this side of the floor and I'm gonna put
But his roasting be whack too.
Nah, that nigga go in, bro. He go in with the roasting, bro.
Like back to back roasting.
Like we going back to back. No. Like no, you can just look at all his appearances on Wild 'N Out when they tell him the roast niggas. Like Kevin Hart,
Cat Williams a way better roaster than Kevin.
And I'm not gonna argue that neither. But I'm saying as far as Kevin Hart's skill set go, like the roaster shit, that's his bread and butter for his skill set.
Who's the GOAT when it comes to roasting? Because I already know who the GOAT is. A roaster.
It's gonna either be Cat or Jamie to me.
Nah, D-Ray.
D-Ray? See, that's what they
all day.
I don't really listen. Where you put? Let me.
Bruh, when D-Ray, and you know he's the master of doing that shit at his shows. Like if he got a heckler, he's the king of roasting a heckler, bruh.
You know who also do that? Them I-95 boys, Carlos and Chico Bean and all of them.
I ain't never really checked them out.
They go in on their hecklers, bro.
Oh, okay.
They go in. Go look them up on YouTube.
I gotta check
They
them
shows.
out.
They be going there.
But D-Ray is the king of roasting, bro.
He is.
He's the king of roasting, bro.
I gotta get with
because
him
if you can do it, if you could do it while you doing your work, that's special to me.
Yeah, that is.
You see what I'm saying?
I forget to put Mike Epps up there too. Mike Epps is a personal favorite of mine too.
Yeah, I'll put him like 5-6 range.
Where do we put? Because we fuck with Lil Duval. Where do you put Lil Duval as comedians? I don't feel like people really talk about this when we.
I feel like he don't really got that punchline comedy, but like he's the truth comedian.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He gonna say a lot of truth within his comedy.
Patrice was like that too, though.
Yeah,
But Patrice
yeah.
also had that punchline.
And he might give you a
well.
little dance and shit like that, but like Duval is like more the truth comedian. Like, yeah, that's where I would put him at.
Like a Paul Mooney.
Kind of, yeah, but a little bit more fun. Like
a little bit more. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's where I would put Duval at. And he petty.
Nah, he petty as fuck.
You see what I'm saying? But it's a lot of truth within his petty. Right. That's the best way I can describe it. Like, he's a personal favorite. I fuck with Lil Duval big time. But like when it comes to that roasting shit, yeah. Dog, D-Ray would kill Kevin in a roasting. Like,
I'd love to see it. I'm not saying I don't. That's the thing. I would watch it and not even be like, oh, I want.
I think he'll light his ass up.
I would watch it just for the pure entertainment.
Just
factor.
like how Redman and Method Man was on How High when the boy be cooking the professor. That type shit.
Get him.
Yeah. And I feel like if you was to tell D-Ray get him, like back to back to back to back, he would be lighting niggas up.
But don't them niggas trip off each other though? Like, aren't they all like cool? Like,
I don't know, cause I don't follow them.
No,
that'd be
Lil Duval and D-Ray. Like, they be on each other's Instagram sometimes. Like if they catch each other in the airport, they be frying each other. And Michael Blackson, they be on that same. Whenever they see each other, they be roasting.
Michael Blackson is crazy with the roasting too now.
He is too. See, that's the thing, like,
he crazy with the roasting too now.
It's definitely
he'll light your ass up.
It's tears to this shit. Like, you know
it's
what I'm saying?
tears.
So
it's
like,
tears to that shit. Michael Blackson get busy with the roasting. I forgot about him.
He got classic. Like, he's a classic roaster, bro.
And then he good with the timing and shit. Like, remember when Bobby Valentino got caught up with all that wild shit? Why Michael Blackson had light Bobby Valentino ass up one day. I was like, damn. That nigga Bobby Valentino was like, damn, Mike, LOL. He know that shit that hit home, bro. He was like, oh, my bad, Bobby. Dog, that nigga Michael Blackson get busy. But yeah, man. Shout out to all the comedians doing their thing, man. I'm gonna try to be a little less, you know.
Hey, would y'all come out if I went to an amateur night for comedy and did like a little 10 minutes?
Yeah, boy. I support you, my nigga.
Get up there and talk about my life for a little bit.
I feel like, dog, what make you a true comedian is just like talking about real shit.
Yeah, that's what it is. You gotta laugh at your truths and your pain. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
You
that's
make
what
that shit and
comedy
just put a twist on that shit,
Yeah.
bro. Like, that's what made Bernie Mac so special.
Yeah. Bernie, that's why I love Bernie Mac and Patrice O'Neal, bro. Like,
when
nobody
used to talk about black people in the funerals.
Yeah,
nigga.
Nobody was as off. Like, there was nothing that was off limits to them. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
And that's what it is. Like, because when you live life and you're like, you can see anything in life. You know what I'm saying? And you might be like, damn, am I fucked up for laughing at this internally? But if you was to watch like a Bernie Mac or a Patrice O'Neal stand up, they would actually talk about the shit that you would be like, damn, I might feel fucked up for laughing
at it.
But
they brought it to the light.
They bringing it to the light. You know what I'm saying? That's why I respect them two so much, bro. Like, there would never be another Patrice or Bernie, bro. Like, at all.
Facts. I thought you was about to say Jamie Foxx though, because I was like, nigga, please.
Nah, he got classic stand-ups, but he's not like,
Jamie.
He's not like roasting wise. Hell no.
No, Jamie is not funny, bro.
Jamie is funny, bro.
Get off my Jordans.
Jamie is funny, bro.
Hey, y'all niggas gonna stop disrespecting Fresh Prince on the TL, bro.
Man.
Hey, that whole Aunt Viv, light skin, dark skin Aunt Viv shit, y'all need to dead that if y'all gonna keep boosting my wife and kids, bruh.
So what?
Like for real, like stop using that as a crutch, bruh, because that shit is corny.
What about Uncle Phil not wanting his hood family to come to his house?
The shit is a TV show, fam.
Why was Uncle Phil ashamed to have family from the hood?
Bruh, like it's nothing. I get it. Like it's easy to pick on, but like niggas ain't really. Dog, it was a TV show, fam. Like, they grew up. Like, he got up out the hood. He made a better life for his family. Yeah, he didn't bring Will on one show when the boy went on Oprah. And look how funny that shit turned out. But it was real, though. Like, you can't turn your back on your family, bruh. But he wasn't like that throughout the whole session now. Like, come on, bruh. Like, it wasn't like that throughout all the seasons.
Right. I mean, I just be tripping off this shit.
I get it because it's true. He was ashamed of that man.
He was ashamed of that.
But y'all niggas be trying to highlight that dark skin, light skin, and Viv shit, especially Jesse. Y'all niggas love to get in y'all bag when it come to and then he gonna say, "Oh, the dark skin girl wasn't funny on My Wife and Kids." Still, they couldn't get another dark skin girl.
Yeah, they did do the same.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Listen.
But you gonna mute on the TL when I bring that shit up.
This shit be funny to me, Mike. You know this shit funny to me. Like, come on. Now. This shit do be funny, like.
I was like, damn, niggas forgot. And y'all love My Wife and Kids.
I love My Wife and Kids, bro. My Wife and Kids probably the most underrated black TV comedy. What is then?
No, The Parkers is funnier than My Wife and Kids.
You're tripping.
Big time. That shit is funny, bro.
It's not funny than My Wife and Kids, Mike. You tripping.
So let's be real, bro. The Parkers was funny as fuck, bro.
It was funny as fuck, but it's not funnier than My Wife and Kids, my nigga. Like, no.
You like the Hughleys, don't you?
No, I don't like the Hughleys, and I gave the Hughleys a chance because I remember when Hughleys first came on, they was trying to revamp.
He shouldn't have been a part of Kings of Comedy neither.
Yeah,
they could have got somebody else.
He shouldn't have. They should have had some. It was probably 10 comedians that deserved to be a king of comedy before D.L. Hughley. And you know the fucked up part about it? Like that one movie held so much weight. Like they'll probably never do another Kings of Comedy. You know what I'm saying? So to have D.L. Hughley, and matter of fact, to have him and Steve Harvey as Kings of Comedy forever.
I'm not mad at Steve Harvey being up there. Look, dog, he got a couple of funny stand-ups. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, but where do you rank Steve Harvey all time?
Nah, not in my top 10. But
is he top 20?
Yes, I ain't gonna disrespect him like that now. You almost have to. It's like certain people you have to.
But do we? That's what I'm saying. Do we have to based off the comedy or just because they were there? That's what I'm saying. Like, is it
based off of the couple of stand-ups I seen? I can see why Steve Harvey would be up there. Like the one that he had back in 08, 09, like before Barack had became president. That shit was classic.
I have to go catch that. I ain't even gonna lie.
So what about Cedric the Entertainer?
No, not funny to me.
I'd keep.
But I can see why he's a Kings of Comedy guy.
I like Cedric's segment on that show over DL's. The when he did the Jamaican song about making a sandwich.
You think Cedric funny?
Yeah, I find him funny. I think out of that little Steve Harvey show, he was probably the funniest.
He was the funniest.
He was the funniest person on that show.
No,
him and Levita.
And then
Levita Alizé Jenkins.
With the new show with Tracy Morgan, the OG, he's kind of funny.
He is funny on that show. That show actually funny.
I gotta watch that shit. I haven't watched it yet.
It's actually a good show.
It really
I like that show because I gave it a hard time before I actually sat down and watched it. It's a good show.
Yeah, like I never really was a fan of Tracy Morgan's voice, but he's funny as shit in this.
I fuck with Tracy Morgan, man. That's Hustle Man, bruh.
He has his moments, man. He has his moments. But I think after that whole like him getting in that car accident with a Walmart truck or whatever, I think he's been in his bag as far as like he's on his shit.
Yeah, I mean they took care of him from that.
Yeah,
you know?
they did.
I just was seeing on Twitter the nigga he was driving a Bugatti in the middle of New York and someone hit him. Like, he was in an accident, somebody hit him. Like, dog, imagine being in a car accident and you hit a fucking Bugatti, bro. Your car insurance would be $1,000 a month for life.
You're walking.
He ain't bought that shit neither.
And it was an Uber. It was an Uber driver that hit him.
Oh, he fucked.
The Uber driver?
He's fucked, bro. Ooh, he lifetime ban. Lifetime ban, bro. Like,
he just. I hope he was on the actual like ride, like for real.
It looked like the dude like hit Tracy Morgan car. That's a Bugatti, bro.
Right.
Like I heard like the oil change is like $10,000.
Mm-hmm. That's ridiculous. And I think The tires on them shit are ridiculous. Also,
I remember like T-Pain was talking about his Bugatti. He was like, it was like something wrong with like a part. I think it was like a radiator or something.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, for the amount that it would have cost to get a new radiator,
he could have got another one.
he could have got like 3 cars, like 3 like good cars, like 3 like good Beamers and Benzes and shit like that. That's what he was like, man, fuck this shit. Like, you know, I just got it to say I got one.
That's the wrong move to do.
If I had the money, bro, I probably would lease that motherfucker, man.
I'd lease it and rent it out. That's how you get your money. Hold on, we don't give too much jewels away. Though. We don't give too much gems away. That's how they killing them though.
With that turbo.
They either buying these cars or you know leasing them out, financing them and sending them places.
Certain cars, I feel like you should lease.
Yeah, I definitely lease a Bugatti though. I ain't playing with
because
that.
the thing is, like, a Bugatti is gonna be worth $500K once you pull it off the lot, and you buying it for $2 million.
Off top.
You see what I'm saying? Like, 9 times out of 10, you're not driving it like that. The gas run out that motherfucker quick. And you know the Bugatti got 2 ignitions too. Mm-hmm. You gotta start the shit. You gotta start the shit both ways, bro. Like, yeah, that shit is crazy. It's a nice car though.
I'm not paying all that for no car.
I'm good. I mean, more power to Tracy Morgan though. You got it. Go for it. But that's not me. All right. So what's next, man? We gonna talk about the crazy Beehive fans or what?
Beyonce, man. I need Beyonce to drop that statement.
Yeah, I need a personal statement.
Not from the publicist.
I don't need a third party telling me what Beyonce.
The shit was whack, man. And you can easily like see what they was talking about. It's like we get it at first, but like when you start making threats, bro, like you getting out of line. Like, and I feel like as like, you know, the artist, you need to speak to your fans about that personally.
And then it's like you don't even know who.
Like Beyonce has made personal statements about plenty of other things, but when it comes to her fans, it's like she passed the buck. You see what I'm saying? And like I can't respect that. A lot of people
do that though. Cardi don't do it. Nicki don't speak on her corny ass fan base. Like,
yeah, but the thing is though, like, and yeah, especially with Nicki, I ain't never seen Cardi fans like make like death threats.
No, you right. I'll take Cardi.
Like when you going as far as to make death threats, like that woman asked Jay what he wanted to drink.
And you don't even know who she is. She's the owner's wife. You know what I'm saying? It's not like she like I'm just the same respect should be shown to her either way, whether she's the owner's wife or just a regular, you know, bystander. But like this is the owner's wife. She's not just in these people's face to like, you know, waste time. Like she was trying to accommodate them because they were guests at her husband's arena. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So for y'all to be, you know, trying to make it something that it's not, that's beyond corny to me. Like, and y'all threatening this lady's life, like that wasn't. It wasn't that deep at all.
No, dog. Like I feel like she need to. If your publicist can make a statement, you should be able to make a statement. That's how I look at it. Especially something as serious as that, because that like people, you know, kill themselves behind shit like that, bro. Like that shit get to them. That lady ain't never probably had no social media interacting on that level like that, and like all of a sudden she getting death threats, bro. Like
she probably never had.
She shook. Like she should have said something. Even if Beyonce apologized to her in person. Like she still needs to
should have said something
publicly
for the yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But my thing is this, like,
because if by you not saying nothing, bro, like
you empowered them.
Exactly. You still empower them to run around and run amok like how they do, bro.
She should have easily been like made a little video. Any fan doing this type of behavior is not a Beyonce fan. Period. That's all it takes.
I don't get why she not saying nothing, bro. Like.
Are we asking for too much from Insane?
Nah, she should be saying, because had that been, imagine future fans making death threats to Sierra or some shit like that.
We've never done that.
You see what I'm saying? But just imagine that. Making death threats, period. Like that man would have had to release a statement like ASAP.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, like, that's still my baby mom, y'all. Like y'all tripping now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all wilding out. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, but like, let that have been any other fan base, bro. Probably except Nicki, because, you know, they fans, yeah.
No, her fans corny too. Her fans corny
definitely.
Too.
I didn't experience it.
Yeah.
Nicki still got fans?
What? Fans? Douchey.
I say woo child. Woo child.
Oh, them boy got in their bag that day on my Instagram, bro.
And they told my nigga all he got is shoes and a phone.
Facts. One called me a monkey. All type of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, pink. This is a pink skinned person called my dog a monkey.
Facts.
But you're idolizing a black woman.
Facts.
You see where I'm going at with that, right? All right. So that's what I'm saying. Like we need artists to get into this shit with their fan bases because they run out and thinking that they defending someone's legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
Like that shit is crazy.
And I like Beyonce. You see what I'm saying? Like, I actually grew an appreciation for her when I went to her tour last year, her and Jay-Z tour. I can understand now why like she get the love that she get, because she don't fumble no performance, bro. Like,
I've never seen her from a performance ever.
And singing live, shit. While dancing and doing all that, yeah, she gets busy. But like, as far as like her fans, bro, like, nah, that shit is out of pocket. Like, you got to address that quickly, expeditiously. That's all I got to say about that shit.
Man. The shit is corny. Like,
I feel like a lot of shit be getting past like that. A lot of things, like even like certain artists, like, and you ain't got to do it public. Just like with anything, like if you see somebody just getting out of line, like hit them up, like, hey, bro, like that was out of line, like you wilding,
it's
like
not necessary.
It's not necessary. Even like with the Gary Owen shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, remember the other day when them boy talking about something? Remember when the dude was saying something about you not Asian or you Asian, like this and that. Oh, he was talking about, black pussy makes me age like this. Maybe you should try it or something like that. And I was like, bro, like that shit was cringeworthy as fuck. But like y'all still be inviting this nigga to the fucking these cookouts, man. Like that shit is weird. Like, am I tripping for viewing that shit like weird? Like,
nah,
why you just couldn't say pussy? Like you said black. Like he be using being married
like,
black as a prop, bro. That's corny.
It's coming off as like a weird like fetish to him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just weird, man. Like I don't really wish to speak on Gary on going on.
Yeah,
like
but
that,
you gonna like, but that shit, Leia, it's a lot of shit that's
it's weird. It is weird. Like I do get what you're saying. Like that shit is. Because you sent me the shit.
There's a lot of weird shit going on, man. You see that Drew just sent me this shit about this New Jersey. New Jersey is requiring schools to teach about LGBT history.
All right.
That's utterly ridiculous when they can't even talk about African history.
Yeah, they still ain't got African.
Oh, they don't even give us a month.
Let's let me go in real quick.
No, get in there. No, we gonna get in our bag real quick with this shit.
I was fortunate enough. Me and my brother Dolo was talking about this the other day. Like we were fortunate enough to have African American studies at our school. Shout out to Miss McFadden. That lady fought tooth and nail to teach us African American studies. She fought to teach us African American studies, and she went through a lot teaching us that. And they didn't want her to teach us that curriculum. You know what I'm saying? Like
most of the time, that shit was like an elective.
It was an elective. But
it wasn't like a man like a dated thing like other subjects, bro. Like,
but
you had an option to take in African American studies,
right? And she fought for that. You know what I'm saying? Like she fought a lot for that. She fought to take us on various trips so we can learn about our history and shit and stuff like that. Like she fought for a lot of things that she should. That in my opinion, I feel she shouldn't have had to fight for. So when I see shit like this. And this is no knock on anybody in that lifestyle or whatever. It's just like, bro, it's still shit that that hasn't been rectified with me as a black man. Like, you know what I'm saying, growing up as a black child in the school
it's like they
system.
be trying to lap us with that shit.
Yeah,
man.
it's like certain people like they still not teaching slavery correctly. So like, how are y'all gonna this Euro step that y'all fucked up on, teaching us our own history, and now you're going to say it's required to teach LGBT history? What is that?
What is that? I want to know what that is too. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
There is no history to it. It's a preference, my nigga.
There was never no signs that said no gays allowed here.
Facts.
There was never
like they really be trying to attach it to a civil rights movement. There was never and it's not that, bro.
There was never a gay only water fountain. You know what I'm saying? And
y'all not getting y'all ass beat publicly.
I get why you laughing at it, Drew, because it is.
No, it's ridiculous,
facts,
bro.
Though.
It's facts.
It's facts 100 because there's never been this shit in. Ever. What
you never got locked up for being gay,
what
my
y'all
nigga.
Gonna talk about Charlotte the bathroom situation in Charlotte, like that's really the only
that's light work.
Yeah, gays were
really
never
light.
Gays were never like held captively and made
chained together
and made to work for free for 400 years. Like that never happened to gay people. Like
never. Like this shit has been light, and I'm not saying that is.
We're not discrediting the
I'm not discrediting what they went through, but it don't compare. It's just facts. It don't compare.
It's just offensive as fuck, bro.
It is offensive, bro. Because in a lot of schools, like African American history is not a staple within which you have to learn. Like you can graduate without having to learn Black history, and I feel like that shit is whack.
You don't have to know any history to graduate or get a diploma. Like as far as Black history. Like,
no, that's what. Yeah, like facts. But I had to learn a foreign language in order to graduate.
If you talk to anybody, like I'm sure we all have friends.
I gotta learn a foreign language in order to graduate. But Black history is an elective in most high schools. Like that shit whack.
In my school, they had a whole Holocaust class.
Yeah,
a whole Holocaust class.
And let you have failed that bitch.
Right.
That was like 30%. Like that, a lot of times that was like 30% of your grade.
Like that's just ridiculous, bro.
But if check this now, if you ask any of your friends, like say you got a friend in Seattle or California or Nevada or anywhere like that, ask them about Charleston and the history of Charleston. They don't know. They don't know. They don't.
The most they probably know now is about the Charleston Nine.
Exactly.
And that's the only history.
And some people still don't even really understand the seriousness of that.
A lot of people don't really grasp the seriousness of that either, though.
Yeah,
you're right.
And so, with that being said, how are they, like you said, how are they going to Euro step over what is the foundation of America?
Of this country.
And that still needs fixing within the whole education curriculum.
1,000%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still, like Dolo was just telling me, like, the school he went to, like, growing up as like, he went to a private school. He told me, like, when they referred to like Africans in slavery, they referred to them as cannibals. What? Like you can go on Twitter and look at like certain people like, hey, this is what they teach my kid about slavery, and they'd be like, they make it look like the slaves were like employed like employees.
1,000%. I saw that.
That's
shit.
Not what it is.
Nah, it wasn't.
And then hold on, we don't even gotta, because our history don't even start at slavery. Like they don't teach nothing about what happened with us before slavery, like the Mansa Musas and just like the great leaders we had before, the slavery shit happened to us. So it's like y'all still got all this shit to rectify, but because I'm not even gonna say but because what is the reason why there is an LGBT history course?
It shouldn't, like, to me it's like what monumental moments did they have within their history that was groundbreaking or that they had to fight survival in this country? You see what I'm saying? Like, and like I go back to it, it's like they trying to overlap, and I see this amongst a lot of in the Black community. A lot of them be forgetting that you Black first before that you are gay. You see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, when you walking around this country, they gonna see you as Black first. Like, don't forget that.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna
say, "Hey, where's your sexual preference identification card?"
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You're a Black man first.
Facts. And like, how is it that a lot of these schools, and I know this for a fact, especially in my school, like, it wasn't a requirement to have, like I said earlier, it wasn't a requirement to have African American studies as a credit. That's something that you could have took as an elective and you've been cool or not. You graduated.
It had no bearing on you graduating.
Yeah, it had no bearing on you graduating. So now that you're making a requirement, like it's kind of seemed fucked up to me. Like we need to push the envelope of Black history first before you even tap into that.
We need to get our money and our mule first before any of that.
I'm with that too. I am with that too, Drew.
Crazy, boy.
That shit is wild.
Yeah, I just had to send that to y'all because that shit just made my blood boil. Like,
nah, you're right, bro. Like, nah.
New Jersey has become the second state in the nation after California to adopt a law that requires school to teach about LGBT history, and a move hailed by civil rights groups as a step towards inclusion and fairness. Governor Phil Murphy, a Democrat who promised to promote equality for gay and transgender people during his campaign, signed the bill Thursday. Among those celebrating the news was Jamie Brushoff of Vernon, who 12-year-old transgender child Rebecca spoke in support of the bill in Trenton in December. This bill is important for our young people. They need to see examples of themselves in the history being taught and in classes that they're going to each day. We know representation matters.
What in the flying fuck?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
The law does not apply to private schools.
When is African American studies going to be a law that you have to teach and that you need to graduate in order to graduate?
NAACP failed us.
Yeah,
I would say that
shit like this,
yeah, shit like this. They need to get on the ball with this one. There's no way, bro, that shit should be lapping. And I honestly, I felt like, as far as treatment, I felt like they kind of lapped us. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Treatment, overall perception in media.
Because if anything, like the world is more catered to, like, you can't say anything.
Like going back to like the comedy conversation, like they get on comedians for tripping off, like you know people from that lifestyle.
Like even with the Kevin Hart shit, that shit was 10 years ago.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Like
that was ridiculous.
I'm not saying that it was right, but it's like, damn, like we still get tripped off for now.
It's not even the fact that it's not right. It's comedy, my nigga.
Yeah, like, within comedy, there's no boundaries.
It's
like
comedy, bro. Like, so you mean to tell me I've seen white people, have tasteful comedy dialogue about race relations, but you can't have a tasteful comedy dialogue about sexual preference?
That shit is wild.
That shit is wild to me, man. Like that shit is wild.
And like I said, bro, you can have it, but put Black history on the same level. Give it the same treatment, bro.
Yeah, that's what we said.
If you're gonna have an LGBT requirement history course in schools, have a Black history course requirement in school. Have it the same. Because our country was made off our hands. It's a lot of shit that needs to be taught when it comes to Black history, bro. They only giving us a month. You know what I'm saying? Barely that.
And the crazy thing, like, there's just like along the same line, like Sizzler, he's one of the greatest reggae artists to come about, is banned from like the Sting Festival because of lyrics from back in like 1998 and 1999 of speaking against gays or whatnot. But that in Jamaica, that culture is much different in how they view that. So they would, if they saw like their son or somebody gay, they would probably beat the brakes, like the community will beat the brakes off him. He comes out the house in a dress and stuff like that. It's shameful for your family, to your mother, to your grandmother, and all that, which they speak on. But you're gonna harm. I mean, you're gonna make this festival miss out by turning away one of the greatest artists like Sizzler along the lines of Buju Banton. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy to me on some shit that he recorded many of years ago.
Right. This times have changed.
You don't know if he probably have grown from that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Everybody at some point in time had probably said something slick about gays or something like that. Like, remember I told you the breaking point was when Kobe called the ref a faggot?
Yeah.
Right.
You see what I'm
Fucking
saying?
faggot.
Yeah, like that was like the turning point. And like even as kids, like especially when I was in elementary school, like I used to use that word loosely.
Loosely.
Bruh. Like on the court, like if you did some whack shit, you'd be like, bro, stop acting like that's what we used to say. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But you grow up,
When
you get
grow up,
older,
you realize,
you be like, damn, that shit was whack.
That shit was whack.
You see what I'm saying? Like I really had no reason to say that shit. You see what I'm saying? But like for you to make it, like I want to know what is the history? What is it?
That's what I want to know.
Because
too.
it's just, to me, it's just a preference. Yeah. Like you see what I'm saying? Like this right here, this ain't no preference.
No, it's not.
I was made this way, and I got treated different because I look this way.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Even like when I'm gone, I'm still gonna be a black man when I'm
like
gone.
my ancestors were slaves in this country. Like we built this fucking country. You see what I'm saying? Like all this shit that y'all see, like we created this shit.
We built it so that the gays can have the rights that they have.
You see what I'm saying?
Now.
And like me growing up, the only thing that I saw them get discriminated against was like light shit. You see what I'm saying? Like y'all ain't never got thrown in jail for your sexual preference.
We the first army, like, you know what I'm saying? We the first, like, the veterans, if you really think about it.
Yeah. Like I said, if you gonna have a LGBT requirement for a history course, make it for Black history too.
Big facts.
Point blank period, bro.
Energy.
It gotta be the same energy, fam.
Exactly. So, we're gonna move on from that because I really don't feel like having my blood boil no more. Let's go on to something more lighthearted. Mike, finals over tomorrow, right? Over under? What's the chances of the Warriors winning tomorrow night in the finals?
I don't know, but I just sent you that shit about KD.
So that's I'm about to get into that. So it's looking like the Warriors, certain players are confused over this KZ shit. It's growing confusion and angst. That's interesting. Angst is an interesting word choice among some players regarding KD's return from the injury. So, With that being said, Mike, what do you think's going on?
It's over now. That right there just confirmed it's over.
KD out of there.
Yeah. But you know what? I don't blame KD. I blame Steve Kerr.
Why?
He's the coach, and he's the one who's been giving false hope about this injury, bruh. Had you kept it 100 from the jump, you would even had this report coming out. Y'all been sitting up here lying for weeks about KD's injury when we seen this man outside the locker room with ice around his fucking ankle, not his calf.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I was like, nigga, we're not stupid.
We not stupid, dog. Like, he might not have torn the Achilles 100%. It is damaged. It's damaged. And most of the time when you fuck up your Achilles, like, you tear the bitch. Right. Now, you could probably do some light damage to it.
You could probably sprain it, but
not even that. It's worse than that. But I don't think it's completely like ruptured. Right. I think it got a significant tear though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because and they trying to let it heal. They trying to let it heal, but that heal process is taking a long time.
It's like you got to think even from like when I've been seeing folks talk about how he look shooting around.
But he's not even in basketball shoes
That's what
yet.
I'm saying. They saying KD is wearing flip-flops and barefoot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He is.
If he's at that comfort level to where he can't even put a sneaker on, it's a wrap. To say that we in game 5 of the finals now, and
where he went out.
He went out May 8th, over a month ago. So it's like, you know, come on, y'all. And I get it. You know, you're going to protect. You want to. I kind of get where they coming from, like as far as playing chess, not putting out all the information, especially during the finals right now. You don't want to have the Raptors feeling like it's a complete cakewalk. It might turn around, but at the same time, you know, I don't know if Steve Kerr is telling everyone in the locker room the same thing. Telling the media in the locker room different things, I'm with that.
Don't lie to the players.
If you're telling the players that KD might come back too, then that's wrong. Now, if you're telling the players behind closed doors, yo, this is what we dealing with seriously, then I can't really be mad at Steve Kerr. But if you're telling these players the same shit you're telling the media, oh, he's questionable, he might make a return, then you in the wrong. Because you know you got these players thinking like, oh yeah, we might, as long as we hold it down, KD might come back. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what's going to happen. This shit over tomorrow. I really don't see Kawhi Leonard.
They mentally shot now, and then with this report coming out that the players is looking at KD funny, it's over.
I was looking at ESPN last night, and this dude was basically, he's an insider with the team. He's been around the Warriors for a very long time. He said, I've never seen the locker room this quiet after a loss in the playoffs, let alone the finals.
Oh, they done.
They sold and snatched.
They sold and snatched, bro. They sold and snatched. And I saw it because the halftime score was 40-something to 40-something. I said, bro, once the Raptors start getting rolling, bro.
No, but even with that, when I saw that, I was like, all right, the Warriors are a third quarter team.
I knew that shit was dead that game.
When I saw Kawhi come out that third quarter, hit the
2
threes back to back, one in transition, I was like, oh, this is
all that 20-something run. That shit was dead. Yeah, that 20-something to 3 run, 20 to 7. That shit run like, dog.
You know what it is? I felt like the Warriors was waiting on a moment like that to happen, and it never came through for them.
It didn't. They got to thrive off that energy.
They got to, and it never happened because whenever they would try to like make a moment to build off, Kawhi came right down, or Kyle Lowry came right down and shut that shit down. You had Ibaka playing out his mind.
Bro, I literally seen Warriors fans in the comments like, bro, they need to stop lying to us about KD, stop giving us false hope. I be like, bro, I could have told y'all that in the Western Conference Final because they was flirting with it in the Western Conference Final. They was like, well, you know, we're going to see how he looked for game 1. All right, KD's ruled out game 2. We're going to see how he looked for game 3. Then when they went up 3-0, they shut the shit down because they pretty much knew the shit was over. Then they kept flirting with, okay, well, KD might be possible for a game 2 return in the finals. Then they got to, okay, well, you're going to see how he looked game 3 because, you know, they got 2 days rest in between them boys traveling back. The man has not practiced. Today's Sunday. Any reports of KD practicing? No, he's not fucking playing, bro. He wasn't playing since the day that he fucked that shit up.
Yeah. I think they already know he's leaving. So I think the reports are going to come out.
But this makes it worse, bruh.
It
like,
does. It
players are looking at this
That's what
nigga
I'm
funny,
saying.
but they shouldn't be looking at KD funny.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like he has somewhat of a say so as to tell the players if he want to. He don't have to. But Steve Kerr is the one getting up every fucking day, pushing this false narrative and false hope about KD coming back, bruh.
Right.
He's wrong for that.
Right.
And he got to be held accountable. Like, if you know that man is hurt more than what he is, say what the fuck it is, bruh. KD had to deal with that in free agency. That's not your problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's his problem. But it's your job to be 100% truthful and honest about the shit. Now you got a report coming out before a game clincher about, it's angst and confusion amongst players about KD injury, bruh. And it shouldn't be like that. Now your players are really shot going on the road to game 5. This shit over, man.
Draymond just got to shut up. He just got to. He talking about they won without KD, so they can do it without KD. Now to say the least in this whole situation, KD is 30. He's be 31 in September. All right. Any kind of injuries in your 30s now, it ain't healing like how it probably was in your early 20s. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it affects him that much though.
But I'm saying if they're saying that it's a strained calf, he would have been playing by now.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. At 30, 31, it's clearly more than just a strained calf.
Right. I knew that from watching. I watched that game live. I when that walk looked like Kobe when he tore his shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same walk.
He looked back to see if somebody kicked him.
Exactly.
And that I'm telling you, it feels like when you anytime you hurt, if y'all know, because I stay injured, so
knock on wood.
No, for real, big
you healthy right now, my nigga.
I'm doing good.
All
I'm doing good. But I'm telling you that it feels like a hockey puck just chops the back of your calf or the back of your leg, or somebody kicks it, like give you a dead leg.
Right.
That's how it'll feel. And he turned and looked back, and there was nobody there. Then the nigga just started limping.
The nigga felt like he got shot in his fucking leg.
Bruh, the nigga tore that shit. They just need to say that shit. For real. He tore his
But my
Achilles.
thing is this.
Game 6 would be Thursday.
I feel like even if Steve Kerr was just been telling them in the locker room, this shit is torn, don't expect him back, and still telling the media something else, I'm with that.
Yeah.
But if you telling these players and the media the same thing,
Yeah, it's different.
That's different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I can understand
you keep it
impregnating
real with your unit. You don't if you want to keep the media out of y'all business as a unit, especially while y'all in the finals, I'm with that.
Yeah.
But if you telling the players the same thing you telling them, you playing your team.
Well, they don't have the confidence in the team to hold it down water. You know what I'm
You
saying?
don't think so?
Look how, I mean, honestly, Draymond, if anybody, he's going to be the type to say or hint the inevitable.
I wouldn't. That's the thing. Even I don't know. I don't even think Draymond would even do that. I mean, I wouldn't argue you saying that based off his history alone, but I don't think. Me personally, I don't think Draymond would throw KD or Kurt under the bus like that. You think he would?
Yeah, I think. I just think, for them, for the safety of the finals and all that. Well, I see your point, Mo, because if you tell the players like, yo, listen, y'all got to figure this shit out because KD ain't coming back, it's gonna give them a different mindset
They're not
to
coming
ball.
and thinking they're gonna get saved.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I feel like they got it together. They just wasn't, like, honestly, think about the shots that they were taking the first 2 quarters. Golden State was, for the most part, it took a while for Toronto to start rolling the ball to stay in this game, but they stayed in the game because
after that first half, I kind of thought, I was like, all right. When I watched Game 4, I was like, all right, the Raptors shot bad that first half.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right.
But it was still low scoring.
It was still low score, and it was only down by like 8 points, I think.
Nah, they was only down by 5 at half.
All right.
They cut it to 5.
Right, because he hit the 2 threes, they was up 1.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so when I watched that, I was like, all right, they shot bad that first half. They only down 5. But I'm still thinking like, yo, Warriors home, plus they're a third quarter team, plus they know they need this game.
So I heard MVP chants in the third, fourth quarter for Kawhi Leonard, and then at the end of the game, I saw what the fuck was really going on. Like, dog, them boy flooded that fucking arena, bro.
I never seen that much.
Bro, they fans is trash, bro. They fans is trash.
Yeah,
but we all knew that though. Like, them boy ain't got no real fans like that,
Warriors,
bro.
any. I only know one real Warriors fan, My nigga, y'all fan base is trash, my nigga.
Like, I seen teams win finals on the road, and they fans ain't in there like that. You see what I'm saying?
Y'all
like I
home.
seen that.
Y'all home.
I seen that. I seen like a little group of like Spur when who was the last team that went on the road? When when the Warriors won in Cleveland last year. The Warriors fans wasn't in there in Cleveland like that. Dog, it was nothing but a sea of Raptors and Toronto fans killing that. I'm like, bro, y'all whack.
They was in there holding it down.
Holding it down, bro. But y'all supposed to be this home court advantage type team. Y'all
What's their motto?
Strength in numbers.
Strength in numbers. The numbers weren't there.
They almost dubbed them like the 12th man of the NBA. Like, come on, man. That shit dead.
No, that shit super dead.
I saw that shit, bro. I was like, bro, like, no way, bro.
He was walking out with like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
It was that bad though.
But just to see that many Toronto fans in there, I ain't never seen no shit like that.
Now I was actually kind of shocked to see, because when they started making that run back, it was still loud in the damn arena. I was thinking like it's gonna be kind of quiet. Now that shit sound like they was practically at home. Like that's how deep they really were in there, bro.
And then I heard MVP chants for Kawhi. I'm like, dog, how many Raptors fans is in there?
Them niggas was in there.
Then at the end of the game, I just see a sea. Like, and this ain't just like no front row type
it was
shit.
Like sections. When
this is
like,
sections of Raptors
like, you
fans.
can tell all of them had like moved together. I get toward the end of the game.
I'm like, dog, ain't no way, bro. Like
that shit down. I can't even front. They was like on some real shit. That shit.
The one was holding that shit down, bro.
I grew a different respect for them boys just based off that alone,
bro. You know, so crazy, like, and like this just being real. I'm not even saying this because I'm a fan, bro. Like the Bulls fans travel heavy. When we beat the Jazz in '98, the Jazz, it wasn't that many Bulls fans in there like that.
Right.
It wasn't. Like the Utah Jazz fans, like, yeah, they held that shit down. But like to have your shit damn near like
they was a majority of that crowd.
Yeah. And I find that shocking, bro. If you got MVP chance for another player in your arena, bro, like, nah. your fan base suspect. But we already knew this though, because the Warriors just came out of nowhere and ran with this dynasty. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know niggas ain't never really been no Warriors fans.
I don't really hear niggas talking about the Warriors since the We Believe team.
And that was 07.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you know, from 07 to what, 2014?
Yeah, 14.
It's like, all right.
They was a laughingstock of the league for years. For years. They was always that bottom tier team with like
they was always that bottom tier team.
With the Clippers. When the Clippers was trash, it was them.
They would always have potential players.
Yeah,
you know
like Jay Rich was
like
there.
Monte and all them boys. Like, so
and none of
like,
them niggas is coming through them doors to help them.
None of them.
Harrison Barnes ain't coming back through. Remember when the boy had David Lee? David Lee's not coming through.
David Lee not coming.
All I know is that
Leandro.
boy, if that boy Danny
Ronnie
Green
Turioff
lights up Monday, this is it. That's game over.
Oh no, that 3-1 shit that they trying to hang on like with the Cavs and
Oh,
this ain't
yeah.
that.
Nah.
That's not happening,
This shit-
fam.
I've never seen, because you know
Y'all thinking this shit about to happen with y'all? No.
You know, niggas was, because even if they played, I see this clip a lot. They played a whole they played the media day in between, you know, the game 5 when before LeBron wanted us on his comeback, and LeBron was basically saying, because they was asking him what was you and Clay having words about, and LeBron basically was like, you know, it's hard being a bigger person, but I'm always gonna be the bigger person. All right, we just gotta come out and play.
After they read the cap that damn Clay said. Yeah.
So, Clay been talking that shit too after they won game 2, and guess what happened? I see you in the Bay, Aubrey. Yeah, and them boy took 2 games at the Bay.
Whooped their ass.
Whooped that ass.
And then Clay come down at the timeout doing Rock the Baby.
Yeah, Rock the
Baby.
Baby. Yeah.
On Kyle Lowry.
It's like,
And don't get me wrong now, Clay had a good game 4 now. He came out, he did his thing, but them boy cut that ass.
it's looking like y'all need a KD. You know, Draymond cool for y'all.
And that's why like I wasn't really trying to get on the whole like LeBron thing at the game 4, but like it is what it is, bro. I mean, at the game 3, like it is what it is. Like when y'all niggas won y'all championship, niggas gave y'all fucking credit for y'all championship. It was none of that. Oh well, you know they was hurt.
Didn't have this and LeBron
Nah, bro, he lost.
He lost.
So you lost
Because I'm gonna put it like this.
because I see niggas try to flirt about Raptors know if they was
Nah, because no, listen,
I don't want to hear that.
Niggas didn't give LeBron that when Kyrie went down.
Yeah,
You know why?
yeah.
Because LeBron still went up 2-1.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? LeBron beat them by himself 2-1.
Exactly.
So,
y'all was 1-1 going back home.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
And you lost 2 at home, bruh. I can't give you that, bruh. It is what it is, bruh. Like,
had y'all had split these home games, it'll be a different conversation.
no, you know what it was at the end of the day? Niggas sweat the Blazers and thought Raptors was sweet. That's what it was. Because them niggas hadn't lost a game since KD went out. The boy went 2-0 against the Rockets,
right.
and they went they was 6-0 without KD. The Raptors is just a better fucking team. I don't care if KD was there. I had the Warriors winning, but honestly, bro, when I look at it now, I don't think he making that much of a difference, bro. The more defense is something serious, bro.
Serious. And they got other options of scoring. Like, all right, what Ibaka had 20?
20.
All right, so when
Van Vliet,
offense not
niggas can trip, but he been playing.
Defense win championships, but you still got to put some points on the board. So, all right, so I'm looking at it like this. You're going to get your 30 from Steph. You're going to get your 30, 25 from Clay, right? Draymond will give you his 10 points in the first half. That's not a knock on Draymond because Draymond contributes.
But Iggy's not giving you 17 a night every night.
He's not going to give you 17 a night every game.
Looney's not going to give you 10 every night. Quinn Cook is not going to give you the 4 threes that he had that one game. That's not happening.
That's happen every night, and that was proven. What was that?
Game 4.
Game 4.
Yeah.
So you needed KD in these situations when you're playing a team that plays defense, that does the hustle. They do everything on the court, and they got Kawhi who not letting up. And niggas, hold on, and niggas are saying this too.
Man,
Niggas are saying this too. Kawhi hurt too. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi still playing injured too.
That quad, gimpy.
That quad not 100%.
But look what he doing.
Look what he's doing.
He's still putting up 34.
He's still putting up 34 a night. You know what I'm saying? Niggas.
You do realize this man about to tie KD for Finals MVPs and rings? Without hopping on some other shit.
I'm gonna give Kyle Lowry some props too, cause I'm tough on Kyle Lowry.
Oh no, me too.
Before the series, niggas was basically saying, "Oh, Steph is gonna put Kyle on the Summer Jam screen." Blah blah blah. I knew off top because I know the type of point guard that Kyle Lowry is. He's a defensive minded player. Period. Before anything.
And rebounder.
He's not a hoe. He's not a hoe on the defensive side. So I'm going off. All right.
Yeah, he was just so inconsistent offensively, bro.
Yeah, like, but even this series, he's been very consistent scoring.
He want it.
Cause he want this shit.
Yeah, he want this shit.
He know
now.
where he's at. You know what I'm
like
saying?
I seen them boys walking out at the game 4, like in game 3 with no reactions.
Shit.
No,
Ain't nobody celebrating.
Kawhi
shit.
rub off on them boys.
Yeah.
See, last year that shit was okay.
It was different. They didn't take it serious. When you got a nigga who done been on that stage and got a cold heart with this shit, it rub off.
That's why I know he was never a system player. And I saw with DeMar this year, there's no reason why they shouldn't have lost to the Nuggets, bro. They should have beat the Nuggets, bro.
That's why I'm saying, like, I'm glad you brought that up.
They cut different.
After game 4, there was no niggas, there was no smiles. Niggas was just walking back to the locker. We know we got a game Monday. This shit ain't over with.
And they know because they know Steph gonna come out there and they jacking everything come Monday.
Oh no, facts.
They jacking everything.
If it's open, it's flying.
Yeah.
I
seen to the point, you know, they be trapping Steph and Clay off the screens. They don't give a fuck where they at. They shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And now imagine how it's gonna be game 5.
Yeah, because I saw Clay was taking like 34 footers. Like he was shooting that.
They gotta let it fly now.
Yeah.
And like I said, today's Sunday. I ain't seen nothing about KD practicing.
He's not playing.
And here's the thing. If he don't practice and play, that motherfucker is they gonna make him work on defense. Work.
Yeah, so even if he do score 20 points, that's gonna be the hardest 20 to 25 points he's ever gonna get in his life.
He's gonna fuck up it even more.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not
like,
playing.
He's not playing.
And I'll shoot KD some bail. I'm gonna feel bad for KD if he catch heat behind it because he don't deserve it. He don't deserve the heat behind that shit.
He don't.
You got to put that shit on Steve Kerr, bro.
He is hurt.
No, he's hurt.
He's hurt. He don't deserve nothing. He don't deserve no flack behind catching this.
Nah,
injury. Like,
it's on Steve Kerr. It's on Steve Kerr. You got to hold Steve Kerr accountable for this shit. And like if players want to look at KD funny, it's like, nah, bro, like what you want the man to do? You see what I'm saying? Like you can't fucking move on that shit how you want to.
He's not even wearing sneakers.
You see what I'm saying? Like, nah, like. But if the players are having any sort of animosity, you need to have it towards the coaching and front office, bro, for not and training staff, the doctors who handling that shit.
Also, I think people's not taking it as serious because he's still with the silly shit. Like he's doing like peeking around the corner with a hoodie on and shit.
I mean, I'm not gonna knock KD for that. I'm not gonna knock him for that. Like
I expect that from him because
I expect that from KD.
He a weirdo.
He's silly. I get it, but this is the wrong time. Y'all down 3-1. You know what I'm saying? Like I know it's not much he can really do because he's fucked up, but still, like you see Kawhi Leonard when Buddy just try to give him a pound before the game.
He's like, man, get your ass on the court.
Yeah, like nah, bro. I'm not.
This is another thing.
That's a good video.
This is how
man.
This is how I know KD's not coming back. Clay was supposed to be out for multiple games. Even with Clay being ruled out, he's still suited up. KD ain't never.
He's not even sitting on the sideline.
Sitting on the sideline. This thing's in the back playing Xbox. So this is how I know KD is not coming back. Like
he's not playing.
He's not.
But they also try to hype Cousins up too, saying like,
"Oh my god,
that."
Cousins not. He's not 100%.
He's not, and you can tell. Like he's flopping on everything though.
And the thing is, he looks so out of. He looks terrible, bro.
He's not in shape. Simple.
Yeah. You got Andrew Bogut out there getting buckets, and you out here lagging, bro. Like this shit crazy.
It's like they so shocked, like they so shell shocked. Like it's like 4 or 5 plays where I seen Boogie catch the ball.
Boogie ain't even played the fourth quarter. Game 4.
He didn't at all. But it's like before that fourth quarter, it was like a good like 4 to 5, maybe 6 plays. I seen Boogie catch the ball wide open. Like
just drop it, mishandling the shit. He throwing the ball into traffic.
Like, but I'm saying he's catching the ball wide open, and he's not even trusting his jumper no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like
he ain't made a 3 all series.
Nah, he hasn't. Nah, he hasn't.
And Boogie is known for being like, you know, him and AD was. I used to give him credit for being the centers that changed the game as far as like they can score from literally anywhere. But Boogie is like a shell of himself.
Yeah, he got.
He's not getting a max.
No, he's not. He's getting another 1 year.
If honestly, he might be coming back.
No, I feel like that's his.
He really ain't got no choice.
That's the smartest move. Honestly, I feel like he needed to devote this.
But do you think that the Warriors are willing to invest some serious money in the Boogie?
He's gonna give him another 1 year.
He gonna have to take another $5 million.
You don't know what's gonna happen with Clay. You don't know what's going. You know KD leaving, right? All right. You don't. I don't know what's gonna happen with Clay. I feel like if Boogie devote the offseason to getting in shape and back healthy, he'll be all right this season coming up.
Boogie is my guy, but to be real, you did try to hop on that bandwagon. Yeah, you tried to ride that wave. So this is basically like some karma.
For you to try to clown KD for doing that, and then out the blue, you gonna do the same shit. It's like, well, not the same shit, but you hop on a power team. It's like, all right.
If the Lakers don't get AD and the Warriors don't sign him Cousins back, I see him going to LA.
The Lakers? Boogie?
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
I can see that too.
Because he's gonna be cheap.
He's gonna be cheap. They
need a guy. They need a big man.
I was watching what was that? What JaVale McGee was on? Was it First Take?
No, he was on Undisputed.
Undisputed. I feel like
he was trying to convince Shea Sharp that
they get to Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that, honestly.
Oh no, I gotta see how they roster turn out.
No, he was saying if this season.
No.
Listen, we don't know what's going to happen in the playoffs. So listen, if we don't know if the KD injury was going to happen or not. So it's like if that injury happened, you don't know what really would happen. Like if the Lakers got in the playoffs and they was still 4th seed, right? I'm going off them still being in the upper class of the Western.
The Rockets beat them in the first round.
We don't know that.
I know that. I know it's easy to pick on the Rockets, but they would have beat the Lakers. Cause they would have just they was the worst shooting team in the league. That's not nothing I'm making up. That's facts. They couldn't hang with the Rockets in shooting.
Were they the worst shooting team before LeBron went down?
Yes. They don't have no 3-point shooters on that team. Not one.
I'm saying though, were they the worst shooting team before LeBron went down? That's what I'm asking you.
Yes. And they was the worst shooting team with him there. This is just a fact. They couldn't even hang with the Warriors shooting wise. I'm just being real.
I don't know, man. I'm not gonna knock JaVale for feeling like that because at the end of the day, he's on the court with them boys. Like he had his best career numbers.
This gonna be the biggest free agency since 2010. That's all.
Yeah, this gonna be crazy. I want the Warriors to go and get their ass cut so we can get to the offseason. I want to know what the fuck about to happen with everything because, like Mike just said, this gonna be the craziest offseason ever. We got draft coming up. We got all these trades about to go on. I want to know what's going to happen.
And New York got the money. Look like
they say y'all targeting AD too.
Yeah, we are. That's probably like our best move.
I wouldn't move Jason Tatum, no man.
I mean, neither. But
I feel like he's the future of that team.
I feel like us moving Jason Tatum would be like a desperation move, honestly.
Mm-hmm. He's the future. You got to keep him.
And he's already said that he wants to stay there. He said he wants to be like that type of Paul Pierce player that stayed with him most of his career and win possibly more rings. Mm-hmm. So when I trust Jason Tatum saying he want to stay with us over Kyrie saying he wants to stay with us.
We'll see. I just need me a guard, man.
Is Paul Pierce trolling with this whole wheelchair and he had to take a shit?
I don't know.
You know?
I don't know.
That nigga is just...
It's the truth, though, man.
Man's wildin', bro.
He is.
My dog said he had to go take a shit on them boys. My nigga was the Finals MVP that year. Like, why are we still even knocking this man?
I ain't knocking him.
My dog had to go drop that turd, and then he came back and did his thing. Like, so, come on, y'all.
That's whack, though. Wheelchair, my nigga? A wheelchair. Did he shit himself? Let me ask you that.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
That nigga Paul Pierce, bro, is just...
He's silly, man.
Just silly, dog. He make it easy because he do it to himself, bro. Like,
hey, he called the Raptors winning the series, though. Niggas clowned him. Now look what's going on.
Yeah, 1 out of 10. I give him credit for one. Every dog has his day.
But then he say, well, who did he say it's over for? Oh, he said with Milwaukee after game
we
1.
Talk about it.
After game 1.
What was that?
Huh?
He's the reason why them boy lost, man. Part of it.
Nah, he ain't the reason why. He ain't on the court with them boy. We folded.
From a comedy standpoint, he's the reason why they lost.
We folded. We didn't. We had a perfect game plan. We didn't stick to the game plan. As you can see, another team did the same shit that we did that game 1. The Raptors did that and took that nigga out the game.
I didn't think the Raptors was gonna beat the Bucks. Be real, I didn't think it, but shout out to them, man. Raptors really about to be NBA champions out that bitch. I love that. It's good for the NBA.
No super team, right?
Dog, I'm telling you, the NBA is back to a fucking balance now. All that super team shit, you don't. And I always was the guy who was saying, dog, you don't need a super team to win no championships, bro.
You just need Kawhi Leonard because he's a super team killer.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it ain't even gotta be that. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, what happened to the building your team shit, like making the shit,
Warriors did it.
Making the team balance, and niggas would be like, well, Jordan won 6 rings in the 90s, yeah, but it wasn't easy. That motherfucker had 6-7 game series with teams. Like, somebody gotta win, bruh. Like, if a team win 5 straight championships, they win 5 straight championships. Like, it is what the Warriors went to 5 straight finals. That's why I never was like on this shit about the East was weak. Like, the East wasn't weak. LeBron was just that good.
Jordan was that good too.
The
East wasn't weak back in the 90s either.
No, it wasn't. And the West there was never this East was weak, West was weak. Like, teams just somebody has to win. And if that team is winning on a consistent basis, that just means their chemistry better. That's it.
That's why I had to ask that question.
Yeah.
I was like, my nigga, like, this is like the
fifth straight.
The 5th straight finals, like Warriors finals. The West gotta be weak, right? I mean, I don't think that, but I'm still saying, like,
y'all had a good run. Your dynasty is over now.
Yeah. It's over with.
I don't want to see nobody with these damn T-Mac Raptor jerseys or no damn Vince Carter.
Except
I've been
me.
a fan since then.
Except me.
I mean, you can, fine.
I'm not a Raptors fan.
Nah, I know you're not.
T-Mac
but I'm saying,
goat.
like, the niggas that gonna be out here this
Oh,
summer
with the
saying,
vintage shit?
Yeah. Like,
it's coming.
I've been a Raptors fan since T-Mac
They're
and
lying.
Vince Carter.
I don't know no Raptors fans.
I
Me
don't know
either.
none.
So
know
when
Raptors
I see them pop up, I'm like, all right,
On their ass.
Yeah.
Cousins!
We on your ass.
Hey, that shit was funny on the TL, boy. Drew came out the cut with that. That nigga said, yeah, little thing my cousin. Drew talking about some cousins.
I got
Stop my
shit.
nigga Bean, man. Hey man, that's typical Charleston shit though. Like you know
I got shit.
Too much Patriots fan.
Hey man, and we Patriots fans, like for real though. Like shout out my nigga Bean, man. My newly discovered cousin. That's really my cousin though. Like
This
for
shit
real,
is
like,
the worst two to come
That
together.
shit is fucking wild, bro. Like that shit is crazy.
God, you had me. We got to text him immediately, cousin.
No, I can hear him saying that. Though. Like that's the thing. Like so when I walked in,
Hey, my dog shut that shit down.
like I walked into the little, we had a little family function.
Oh shit.
My little cousin graduated college. Shout out my nigga Lil Donald. You know what I'm saying? Graduated college, gonna do good things at Clemson. But you know he graduated. And I walked in the function. I was like, this nigga Bean in here. I was like, what's up, bro? He was like, what you doing here? I was like, this my peoples. He was like, bro, that's my peoples.
the inserts the Spider-Man gif pointing to each other.
Typical Charleston shit though. Like that's how a lot of people meet their family around here though. Like for real, like.
Bro, that shit was wild. I was like, dog, what am I reading right now? These niggas are real life cousins, bro.
I would take that over it being like a female that I dealt with type situation.
Oh, okay. I feel you. See, that's why I'm from Durham, North Carolina. Goddamn.
by way of the Berg, right?
Damn right.
But see, yeah, you know, I'll take that over that any day.
Nah, that's crazy though. Y'all both Boston fans. Like that's really crazy. The odds of that, literally, dog. Like, what the fuck?
Hey man, great minds think alike, and in my case, family think alike. So
y'all probably the only Patriot fans in that whole family.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
And it would be y'all two niggas who turn out to be cousins. Shout out to Bean, man. Shout out to Bean. Bean already knows I'm gonna give him hell. Like he was on the park one Sunday or whatnot, and I came out just capping about Patriots. He's like, "Damn, bro, like I'm trying to ball. Why you talking shit, bro?" Like
that's how it really be. I just be chilling. That's why, hey nigga, the Patriots suck. I be like, bro, you not gonna dap me up first?
I
like,
got so much slander back in high school from this guy about Peyton Manning and Tom Brady comparisons, man. Like.
You was in your bag 06 though, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
I don't think it is a comparison, but you know, I respect. Peyton
All I want to say is it would have been 2 that he gave us, but damn, New Orleans needed it. I'm gonna leave it like that. I don't care how you give it up. Katrina came and wiped out New Orleans. They needed the money.
They did need
like, so Peyton Manning in the fourth quarter throw a careless interception like that.
I ain't never seen Peyton throw no pass like that.
Thank you.
Like,
Was he point shaving?
Bro, that pick was crazy because it was too long developing, bro. Like, dog, Tracy Porter was right there with Reggie Wayne.
Come on, bro. Like, keep it a buck.
Peyton don't do no shit like that, bro.
Look at the season that we had, bro.
Was man's point shaving or not?
Man, like I said, I'm just gonna.
I thought the Jets was gonna beat them actually though and be in that Super Bowl.
Nah, I thought that too.
Thought the Jets had a good team in the back-to-back years.
They did have a good team.
Then the boy lost to Pittsburgh that next year.
Man, I'm glad that Pittsburgh is at where Pittsburgh's at.
In disarray?
Yes, I love it.
A lot of people feel like they're gonna be good this year.
The fans ain't flying the flags early as OTAs.
Why we talking about the Steelers? Juju corny, bro. Like
as fuck.
Like you milking this shit out. Like I just saw some shit where this nigga was at a prom. First off, why are you at a prom? Secondly, why are you still with the whole fuck AB shit? The shit dead now. You know what I'm saying?
Why you
Bleacher
got kids?
Third,
why is Bleacher Report still pushing this shit?
I unfollowed them.
Why? The shit corny on all 3 levels.
They like the shade room of sports, bro.
Yeah, they are.
Like they really do be egging like beef that don't need to be going on. Like
why
the fuck would y'all post that video of that shit? That's tasteless, bro.
That was tasteless on their part. It
dead that shit, man.
It was no purpose in posting that at all. You know what I'm saying? Like if niggas found that out due to Juju's personal social media, cool.
Don't post that shit and egg it on.
You supposed to be responsible journalist at the end of the day. That served no purpose. That shit was dead. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now what if AB would have been like, all right, now I'm gonna get my bag even more now. Now you just pushing more, you know what I'm saying? Like it's pointless. Yeah. That served no purpose.
And it's also sharing a bad light onto your organization.
Yeah.
Like you look silly
You
doing
look
shit
silly.
like
so now Juju's probably like what the star wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how this is what your star receiver's doing now. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
So it's like y'all got rid of your nuisance and now this is what represents y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like it's
And he probably whispered to the kids, "Hey, y'all do this chant."
it's corny. It's corny, bro. It's corny. Whether he whispered to them or not, like it's corny.
The fact that he was allowing them to do the shit, because you could have easily, hey,
Yeah,
DJ, cut that shit.
out. Yeah, cut that shit.
Cut that, but he ain't did it.
As a star player, you're
Yeah.
supposed to do that type of shit.
You could have
He's
told the DJ,
recording
cut
it,
that.
jumping up and down. He egged it on. It wasn't a
shit,
kid
it's-
that released
It's corny.
It was him that released it.
It's fucking corny,
Yeah,
bro. It's corny.
1000%.
It's corny, bro.
Shit whack, man.
But as you was speaking of earlier, you know, that was the girl who was upset that she got 6,000 likes or something like that. Like, people are doing this shit for social media 1,000% nowadays.
Oh
Like,
no, yeah. I had quote that shit on Twitter. Yeah, the girl was like, only 21 likes. I'm really not that cute. But I had quoted and was like, I seen a girl take a picture down because she got 6,000 likes.
That just lets you know, like, people not happy with whatever level they at with this social media shit.
This shit crazy.
6,000 likes, niggas never get. It's certain niggas that don't even get 60 likes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you get 6,000 likes, and you're not even using your social media to sell nothing. You just posting ass all day. You dissatisfied with 6,000 likes?
Niggas ain't even getting 50 likes on the Mother's Day of your mama. You know what I'm
Niggas don't
saying?
even think your mom is worth, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it don't mean nothing to me personally if I was to post that and
Right.
I only got X amount of likes. I didn't post it for y'all anyway. But it's still, it says a lot when people are not satisfied with certain things that some people are dying for. Like, that girl she probably could have died if she got that 6,000 likes, but she got 21 likes, probably from 21 people that really genuinely care about her. And she, you know?
You
know what I'm
upset
saying?
about
Like,
that? Like,
No,
come on,
I'm
bro.
listening.
And that shit just wild to me, bro. Like, it's really not that deep.
You don't need no validation from social media on your life. Like, as long as you're doing what makes you happy, that's all that matters. Like, if you get one like on your picture that you enjoyed and that you like, fuck it, post
Like,
it.
I like when niggas post like they'll post like certain memes that be like me and the three people that always like my post. I fuck with posts like that.
I was just about to say something about that. I didn't know if it was gonna correlate though.
No,
Like,
I fuck with posts like that because it's like when you think about it's really not that deep. As long as you're doing it for you and yourself, you appreciate whatever feedback you get back from it.
yeah, because
Like-
you really do got them followers though, bro. Like,
Yeah, like-
them few that always like everything that you
Because they
post,
really fuck with
and
you.
they really
I
fuck
feel like
with
you should
you.
hone in on that. Like, all right, now peep this. Now say, from a business standpoint, say that girl who was dissatisfied with the 21 likes, she had a product she was selling for $1,000, and those 21 people was gonna buy that product for $1,000 each time she dropped. But you dissatisfied because you only got 21 likes. You get what I'm saying? It's asinine way of thinking.
Yeah, it is. And that's just like marketing or anything, like promotion or all that shit. Like, just because you got 16 likes, it doesn't mean that 16 people saw this. You got 1,000 followers, 2,000 followers. It still hits their timeline.
Sometimes they gotta catch up.
Yeah.
You gotta hone in on that
Nah,
16.
It's been times I log in, like I might see one. Well, you don't really post like that, but like Drew, that should be like 23 hours ago,
Yeah.
a day ago.
That
shit happens, bro.
It happens. Like, that's
That's the way
Instagram.
Instagram changed up they shit.
It used to be time based of when you dropped it.
Right.
That's how it
chronological
But
order.
now it's scattered through even your
Even with
discovery
people
page.
Now
Yeah.
you got people paying to be, on that algorithm that's seen you first.
That's
Yeah.
seen first, yeah.
So it's like, you got that's a whole new ball game, and you just gotta move accordingly. It's at the end of the day, it's not that deep. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's really not.
And see, I was at lunch with Lil Brit. Shout out Lil Brit in the other room. But it was a guy speaking about, like, he sells like air conditioner units, and he's talking to these guys trying to sell this pitch. Like, yeah, if you type in this, you're going to see instantly my air conditioning company pop up, because that's what I'm paying for. He's telling pretty much that he's paying these bots that every time somebody types in best air conditioner or something,
Right.
his is the first to pop up on every single social media platform. Mind you, he was capping, because when the buddy was fact checking him, he was like, well, I don't see your thing. His shit was like number 4 or 5, but there's people that pay more money for that number one spot. But all these people that you see that says ad, when you search anything, your search engine, like with these bots, especially like Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff, you'll get like these hair pages that like your shit.
Right.
Those are all bots
Right.
that are like, it'll be
shits.
like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Here you got 4 hair pages following you, liking your shit. It's nothing but bots that are following your stuff.
I notice sometimes, like, if I like a certain amount of pictures, a certain amount of time, like, dog, my inbox, that request, that should be full of fucking spam,
Group chats,
bro.
right?
That group chat shit, man.
I had like 13 the other day.
Yeah, bro. Like, and it seemed like every time I go on a liking, like, consistent, like, on a spree type shit, that's when that shit come up. Or, like, some bot pages start following me after I like a certain amount of shit. Like, that shit is crazy.
My pop as request messages now, so I can just delete them shit off top. So,
but see, but just the social media lane is just all about.
It's fucking with a lot of people, like, really mental. Is. It's fucking with a lot of people mental. Speaking of, you had watched that Kanye and David Letterman shit?
I did watch it.
I hear people say he was talking about, like, his mental health on that shit.
He was talking about it, and he basically was saying, you know, from what I got from it, it was basically a lot of people on the outside looking at him, not realizing that he is still dealing with, like, the mental shit, because the way he talked about it was basically like, you know, he didn't know that he was, you know, had bipolar, like, tendencies or whatnot until he had his breakdown. When he had his breakdown, I
can see him having bipolar tendencies.
That's when he really,
because that lady, that one actress, she has that shit.
Yeah,
the one.
I know you talk. Yeah. So
Jennifer
like
Lewis.
when he was talking about it, he was basically saying, like, you know, I never really looked at it as being bipolar, because at the end of the day, I'm still a Gemini. So it's like that's just you know that's just like, you know, that's just like, you know,
the thing for
us. It's the thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But when he had
to a degree though.
But that's what I'm saying. When he had his breakdown, that's when he came from under it, he was able to do his research on it, and that's where the Sunday service shit come from. That's like his release from it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like,
because I remember he was the one front running for to take away the likes and the views on Instagram.
Yeah, he didn't really talk about that. I think that interview was probably before he came out with the whole, like, Instagram thing, but he basically was just talking about, like, you know, him learning about, like, different ways to, like, treat himself and help people, like, going forward. Because he was saying, like, what he want to do at the Sunday service, like, if you ever look at, like, when he filming inside, like, certain areas, like, the lighting is different. Like, that's like, it's something called light treatment, and what that do, it targets certain moods so where you don't, like, it suppress your erratic feelings and shit like that. So he was basically saying, like, he want to use the Sunday service thing as, like, a tool to help people with their different, like, mental ailments or and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Like, he didn't really want to call it Sunday service. Like, it was more like an escape to get away from that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, to try to help himself with it, with his bipolar. So, I mean, I fuck with the interview. Like, that shit was dope. Like, like, he had Dave come through his house and whatnot, and he was showing him, like, around his house. His house is dope, man. Like, I fuck with that.
I saw it on the Charlamagne interview when he was showing him around there, shit like that. But, you know, that was good. I mean, I just feel like, you know, I feel like it's always gonna be like this. I don't think it's gonna change, because people are not gonna change when it comes to their wants and what they see as validation. As much as you try to push that you should value other things, it's gonna be here to stay, because they feel like that's how they're known, is on social media. Right. So they have to portray and maintain a certain image. So it's just all about, the only thing you can do is raise your kids, and hopefully they don't fall into that type of mental. Mm-hmm. That's about it.
Boy, this social media shit is the devil, dog. So apparently the Ghetto Boys, Bushwick Bill is not dead. Publicist
he's
confirmed.
not dead.
Yes.
Everybody done been posting about him.
Yeah.
Lil Duval just posted about him too.
I brought it up because I saw people saying, like, rest in peace of Bushwick Bill.
But yeah, apparently he's still alive fighting cancer in the hospital. That's what his publicist just confirmed.
All right. Well, I mean, hopefully, you know,
he pulls through this.
You know, his health can turn around. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, people, I don't know,
That
man.
shit the devil, man.
It's like, God forbid some shit happen to me and people just spreading around that I'm dead and my mom don't even know that I'm in the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, anything can happen. My mom...
Your phone breaking, now niggas think you dead.
Niggas think I'm dead. And niggas, I just with that nigga, rest in peace. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like with the episode when niggas thought Tommy was dead when he got in the accident. When this nigga was getting wheelchaired around the hospital the whole time. Shit crazy, man. Like, shit crazy.
Should be crazy for real, man.
Don't kill me if I ain't dead,
Just
y'all.
be responsible with your social media platform, bro. Like, if you in the time now, that shit could get you fired from your job and shit.
Right. Whenever I did have a job, or like, working for people who would check that type of shit, I don't even got social media, but I don't got it.
No.
You're not getting my Twitter.
Coworkers asking you got Twitter, Instagram? Nah, I don't.
Nah,
Facebook?
I don't got none of that.
I don't got none of that.
Yeah. If you send me a request and I work with you, you're getting blocked.
You're getting blocked.
Yeah,
For real.
facts.
You're getting blocked, and I'm gonna go on your page and block people mutuals. Nah, you gotta be.
Facts. Like, dog, am I weird for saying that? Like, I didn't add my family on social media, bro. I used to think I was doing like I was bad for that shit, but like, dog, I used to deny my cousins, my little cousins, my
granddad, my grandma, they got Facebooks. They'll never see my.
Dog,
Facebook
when I was last time I was
timeline.
on Facebook, bro, like my grandmother was on Facebook. She sent me a request.
Denied.
Denied. Little cousins, nah. We not doing that.
My granddad was talking shit one day. He was like, "You be on Facebook saying all them jokes." I be like, "Bro, what?" Oh yeah, you blocked, my nigga. Like, you're blocked. I love you to death.
That shit ain't for that, man.
Yeah,
like,
it's not for that, bro. You
don't follow me.
You
But my sisters too. And I love my sisters to death, bro. Don't follow me on Instagram.
Like,
fam.
you put way too much stock on it, man. Like, I love you
to
to death, but you're blocked, my nigga. Like, you're blocked.
So this young lady posted, even Rod can't ride this wave in like a fishnet outfit, right, on Facebook. It looked like her auntie came on there saying, "You like dressing like that and listening to people about it looks good, and most of them probably talking about you. Stop looking hoish. You have a child, and you would not want them to be affected by this too."
She getting blocked.
Yeah, she definitely about to get blocked.
She getting blocked. and that comment getting deleted. She getting blocked.
Definitely about to delete auntie.
Oh yeah, auntie gone.
Yeah, listen, that shit was so funny. But no, but for real though, like my pops, shout out to my daddy. He's in my graveyard on Facebook right now. A prayer request. You're not coming in.
Nah,
The
you're not
only
coming
person
in.
from like my family older than me that survived all that is my mom, because my mom don't really like my mom don't really care about that type of shit. Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she be laughing.
I think
at
it's
something.
just weird, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
my mom laughs at a lot of shit that I put on Facebook. I be saying some off the wall shit sometimes.
Right.
She laugh at that shit. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when I call her, I be like, "Hey man, why is such and such trip?" She be like, "I don't know. I don't care about it." That's all I need to hear.
Right.
When my mom say I don't care about it, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? So you're blocked. You know what I'm saying? If I'm talking to my mom, only person I really care about who would even be offended by certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if she cool with it and you got something to say about it, you're blocked.
Yeah, no,
Get outta
definitely.
here.
Yeah, because I mean, my pops checks out the podcast, so I already know. Like he that's if anything, that's where you get the most raw meat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Facebook is more promotions and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it's like, you
But
know,
still, I still don't like. Even though I might have like a throwback, maybe a picture of like 8-9 years
Right.
ago, where I might.
that
be
don't mean you can follow me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I might have been quite belligerent when somebody shares this picture. I don't want to hear about this shit later.
Yeah, facts.
Exactly.
So what else we getting into, man? Anything else?
Oh man, I'm good, man.
Nigga about to get something to eat though. I know that.
I'm good, man. Shout out to everybody that was in the all white party last night. My nigga Chill, still in bed. You know, he hung over. Shout out to everybody.
Who threw the all white
man.
party?
I ain't really sure, but you know, I saw some stars going out there. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Stars.
I know Major Boy and Coob was the DJs. I believe it was the 5th annual.
That was Courtney the Poet shit.
Yeah, it was erotic. Yeah, it's a erotic poetry.
Shout out Courtney the Poet, friend of Do Work Media. So
Yeah, salute.
So you know, I saw some stars in there. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's what's up, man.
So you good? You
Yeah,
got any
man.
Shout outs?
Nah, man, I'm good.
I ain't shouting nobody out. I know this week.
Just shout out to all the listeners, man. YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes. Shout out to y'all, man.
Man, I'm gonna shout out my nigga Tyler Cash because that damn album raw, bro. Can't even lie,
Album
bro.
is hard.
I gotta
That
listen
shit
to
hard.
that shit.
Album is hard. I fuck with it. Shout out Tyler Cash. Who else dropped some new music in the city? We shouted out niggas who's like major niggas. Who else dropped besides Tyler? That's it.
I believe so. I know Kiddo was supposed to drop one, but I think she postponed that.
What about Seeing Jesus? Because
Man, Seeing
you
Jesus
just
is
ran
on-
the Seeing Jesus out in the
Yes,
streets.
I did, man. And
So-
listen, when I tell you that shit was the craziest odds of I was playing this nigga music, but you know he's a character also. So this nigga started like ripping off seatbelts and shit. Like, bruh, I know you're not playing my shit right now. Like he got hyped and charged. But yeah, y'all definitely check out Seeing Jesus on Apple Music now.
Shout
man.
out Seeing Jesus and go back and listen to this episode on Coffee and Duchess.
My dog was rolling.
That
It was
dog
lit.
was rolling.
Yes,
and
sir.
in his words, if you don't listen to it, you pussy.
Word.
Shout out Seeing Jesus, man. So like we say every week on here on We're Just the Messengers podcast, if you hear anything on the show that gets you in your feelings, always remember,
We're just some messages.
we out.